We shall now go through the protocol to be followed while conducting an enforcement drive. You must be well dressed with a complete uniform. It is mandatory to wear reflective clothing under low light conditions. Your personal digital assistant, PDA, needs to be fully charged and optimized. You should carry a sufficient number of printing paper rolls for the integrated printer. Go through your respective sector profiles containing previously documented violations to analyze and anticipate the pattern of possible violations in that sector. Make sure that you follow the rules of the road. Carry your necessary vehicle documents and see that you and your pillion rider are wearing helmets with ISI markings. The place you select to conduct the enforcement should be well lit. You must have enough space to pull over vehicles without disturbing the regular flow of traffic. It is mandatory to utilize the radar gun in the interceptor vehicle while conducting the enforcement drive to tackle overspeeding. Here are the do's and don'ts to be kept in mind while conducting an enforcement drive. Do's. Be polite at all times, but the enforcement must be strict and firm. Remain calm even if the traffic violator you pulled over misbehaves. Transparency must always be maintained. If you catch an offender, explain their violation and the complete legal procedure involved before booking them. Inform the violator about the options of remitting the fine on the spot or at a court. If they choose to pay a court fine, hand them a police notice. While pulling over heavy vehicles, you must always direct them to the side of the road to avoid blocking the traffic. Take sufficient time to slow down a vehicle before stopping it. You also have the authority to conduct enforcement on the go and not just stationed at a point. You may flag down and penalize violators that you see while you are riding. If you are facing any problems during the drive, inform a higher official. Do not hesitate to ask them for guidance. If a situation seems to be getting out of control, you can take assistance from the nearest law and order division. Keep them informed about your drive to avoid any confusion. Top priority must always be emergency vehicles. Pause the enforcement drive if there are ambulances or fire emergency personnel. Don'ts. Do not pull over a vehicle and try to snatch the key rudely. Signal them towards the side of the road and request their documents for scrutiny. Do not entertain violators who try to use influence to avoid paying a fine by dropping names or calling officials they know. You may talk to the person on the phone, but make it clear that you are just doing your duty. Do not line up too many pulled over vehicles at once. This will lead to overcrowding and unnecessary arguments. You must responsibly avoid any kind of traffic jams. Do not abruptly jump in front of a moving vehicle to stop it. BTP is not a revenue-generating agency. The department upholds your safety over collecting fines. Do not, at any cost, attempt to chase a vehicle down. If a vehicle fails to stop at your command, note down the number. Then, raise an FTVR, Field Traffic Violation Report. Do not be positioned at one spot throughout the drive. Have a set of locations in mind where you can move around for a more efficient enforcement drive. All these points are vital for the effective functioning of the enforcement drive. You are an ambassador of the dignity and decorum of the traffic wing. Never forget, it is your duty as a representative of the Bangalore City Traffic Police to maintain safety on our roads.